Toby's making his list and he's checking it twice. On the Comic Conspiracy, episode number 190 for the week of December 29th, 2014. My name is Ryan Higgins, who is here this week.
Brock Sager.
Lane, say hello.
Hello.
You can tell your name, who you are.
Oh, Lane.
Hello, Lane.
Hello again.
Who else is here?
Toby.
And Charlie.
Toby and Charlie here. How is everyone? Surviving Christmas? Surviving the holidays?
Yep.
Getting ready for New Year's?
Yeah. If I get silent, it's because I'm looking at a TARDIS.
Ooh.
You so want to open that, don't you?
While we're, I'm sure it'll probably come up in some sort of honorable mentions or Razzies as part of this episode. I will want to say that the Christmas episode of Doctor Who was by far the best episode this season. Charlie, you can yell at me on the Infinite Longbox podcast or the Wanderers in the Fifth Dimension podcast, whichever you want.
Fourth dimension, not the fifth dimension.
Wanderers in the Fourth Dimension, whichever.
He's just adding dimensions.
Whatever it is,
now.
it's fine. That was a pretty good
52
episode.
of them.
And Toby filmed properly in the correct film quality. I don't know if you saw the Christmas episode, but it wasn't any of this high res or the high
still
frame
don't
rate
know
shit.
what the hell you're
Actually,
talking
I
about.
didn't notice any
Yep.
this time, yeah.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah,
It
but
was-
the commercials for the Three Musketeers had it.
Did it really?
Yeah.
I didn't notice.
I hate it. I hate that look.
Yeah. Really? I've talked to
I,
other people who watch it on BBC America and don't see it. Kevin, our friend Kevin, that's a big Doctor Who fan, he doesn't see it. I don't understand.
I despise it. I mean, it's been in so many episodes lately, and I
Yeah.
can't stand it.
Yeah.
Could just be your Comcast service.
No, it's something like Charlie. Me and Toby will come over to your house and we will make. And I want to watch it on your TV.
No,
and
it's
see.
very likely some people just don't see. I mean, no offense to Charlie or anybody. There's some people that just don't see
Well,
it.
it's just the way you guys describe it is the kind of stuff I actually do notice.
Okay.
But
Because there's some
I
people don't.
see it on this, meaning I don't think it's exactly that, if anything.
Do you have all of this season of Doctor Who on like your TiVo or something?
I have it on Blu-ray now.
Oh, but do you have it
Watch
on?
out, man! You're talking to the Doctor Who.
Do you
fan.
have it on on like the actual TiVo from the BBC America aired episode?
I might be able to recover it. I deleted it all when I finally got the season set.
Okay, maybe see if you can record a new episode or something. Because they're going to rerun them all
But
the time.
there's some people that just don't see it. I mean, I went
Still,
to someone's
if-
house and they were showing Guardians, and I'm like, this looks like shit, man.
Yeah.
Turn all this shit off, man. And they were like, what you talking about? This is what TV looks like.
Anyway, this is not the Doctor Who frame rate episode of the Comic Conspiracy. This is our top 3 comic book movies and TV shows of 2014 because we were at the point where there's more than 3. There's more than like 6 of all these things this year, so we can actually have. Well, I'm sure our list will be very
We
similar.
actually have a varied list, more so than just the order.
Maybe. I think our list will still be pretty much the same. But yeah, we're going to talk about our favorite TV shows and movies, as well as non-comic book. They could be sci-fi or whatever you want, honorable mentions of other stuff. But since there are a lot of comic movies and shows, we're gonna discuss those. And Brock, why don't we'll go this way and then we'll go
We're gonna
back.
start it off.
Yeah, we'll go back for movies. Why don't you start with TV?
Are we doing it sit at home on our couch, or are we doing sit in a chair in a theater first?
Your TV. Let's start with TV.
TV.
Top 3 comic. Doesn't have to be in any order if you don't want to be. And then whatever your honorable mentions are for the year past the comic ones.
For TV shows, I think the top is Walking Dead. I've really kind of enjoyed just the consistency of the show in keeping the essence of the comic books there and just really establishing just a quality programming. Next would be a tie between Arrow and Flash because I don't know how to separate them, even though they're 2 distinctly different shows. At least like mood wise, they're the same. It's so. And then my last one would probably be Gotham. So that's my list, and I'm sticking to it.
What non-comic book stuff did you see this year?
Stuff.
Anything you like?
Non-comic stuff this year. I'd probably have to say
We're including non-comic book stuff?
Yeah, just honorable.
That changes my list entirely.
No,
Honorable mentions.
Oh.
Yeah, this is just stuff that like, hey, I've enjoyed checking this out.
Now, Toby, if you only have one show you like, you don't have to put 3. I'm just saying your top 3 if you got them, and then your honorable mentions could be you could talk about whatever you want. Because obviously we are not.
Can we
just,
go to like 5 or 10?
Toby has a Bryce list.
You can't.
Bryce list.
You can't Bryce it.
Well, why not? He's
But
not here.
you
I can
can-
take his spot.
You can honorable mention a handful of stuff.
No,
Sure.
just
Yes.
watch.
Yes.
Just wait for my turn.
Okay.
I guess my honorable mentions this year would be like House of Cards, the Netflix show. I really, really enjoyed watching that. I mean, I'm behind, but Game of Thrones has been really, really good. I mean, I haven't seen the last season, but just from what I've seen and what I've read, I really enjoy that. So, and then I kind of have a soft spot for two shows, Hell on Wheels and Longmire. There's really, really good shows that I like watching. I'm behind on them, but they've been solidly consistent.
Have you seen episodes from 2014 of any of those shows?
I don't think so.
Well, then you can't put them on your list if you haven't watched them.
But I watched a season during 2014. That counts.
No. Like, there is a show that I've seen that when had I not started it recently, like a show called Continuum, that's a show on Sci-Fi, that the season that aired during 2014, I actually don't really like as it's gone on. So had I mentioned it earlier in the year, I would have been like, oh, well, now I don't actually like it. So maybe these shows suck and you don't know. You're misleading our viewers, our listeners.
I don't care.
You're misleading like 9 people. Come on.
Well, they can write in and complain.
Okay. Lane, we kind of bamboozled you here to be in the podcast, but you've watched all these shows and TV shows and movies and stuff. Do you got a little top of your head, little list here for TV shows?
Yeah, I mean, I think TV's, for comics related, it'll be pretty much the same for most of us, I think. So right now, yeah, Walking Dead is pretty high. I think I like Arrow a little bit more than Flash, just because there's more of that holy crap moments. Granted, they're Easter eggs and mostly for comic fans, but there's more of that. And then I actually like Gotham a little more than probably some of the other podcasters here.
I think we all like it.
But I would say I actually like it a little more than Flash.
Okay, wow, that is more.
Yeah, because I just like the darker tone, and some of the intricacies of the storylines that they've been weaving. You know, granted, there's some weird hokiness, but I think the rest of it, I guess it's the same. For honorable mentions, pretty easy for me though. Would be besides Game of Thrones, also by hands down best show for me this year was Black Sails.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a Michael Bay produced pirate show.
Oh wait, I have heard of that.
Stars.
Is that good?
I love that show.
Okay.
It's the most amazing show I've seen in a long time.
Huh.
I was hooked on that thing.
I remember it before it came out, but I haven't heard anyone talk about it. But that's cool. That's awesome.
It was only 8 episodes in the first season, so I'm dying for the second season.
Well, that's fine. I mean, a lot of shows are like that now.
So I love that show.
Cool. Now, you and Toby watch a lot of the same shows. So, Toby, is he just going to ramble off?
Yeah, he's
400 shows.
400 of the rest of the shows that we probably watch.
Well,
Although I'm a little
now,
further
Toby,
behind.
For a guy that is as busy as you are,
Yeah.
you somehow managed to squeeze in a lot of TV
It's
shows.
called no sleeping. It's really bad for my health. I have really baggy eyes. I'm not really coherent in the morning, and I probably shouldn't be driving.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
So for TV, comic book shows, actual comic book shows, besides Walking Dead, Constantine, Flash, Arrow, and Gotham, what else is there?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Walking Dead,
No, I mentioned
and then the 4 DC ones.
What 4 DC ones?
The ones you mentioned already.
Yeah, Constantine,
okay.
Gotham, Flash, and Arrow.
Okay.
Yeah. S.H.I.E.L.D. and
All right.
Walking Dead.
For comic book shows, I will go Walking Dead number 1.
Okay.
For me right now, Flash number 2. I really enjoy what they're doing there. I really like watching the show. Like I enjoy it. Like it's a enjoyment to watch a show. They kind of turn Flash into a Spider-Man-ish character, and I think it fits him really well and it works really well.
Oh, I can totally say too, if you want to put like Teen Titans Go or Spider-Man Webbed Warriors, you're fired if you want to put that on your list, but you're more than welcome to put it on your list.
I'm already fired. Thank you, Ryan. So that's fine. I still hold the key to the store though, so I can rob you anytime I want.
The animated stuff is fair game if you want to throw it up there.
Yeah, I do have some animation stuff, but since it's not actually comic book related, it's going on my other list. So anyways, my top 3, Walking Dead, Flash, and then Arrow. The ones I left off, S.H.I.E.L.D., yes, it has been a lot better, and I wish it started off that way. I haven't forgiven for season 1 yet, but it's working on me. You know, I enjoyed quite a bit this year, so that was cool. Gotham, I'm sorry, Lane. Sorry, other people enjoy it. It's not there for me yet. I still watch it. It's more like homework and a chore at this point than me enjoying it, but I still watch it. So my non-comic book, but sort of same area, top 3 are Number one, Person of Interest. I think it's a fantastic, phenomenal show.
You've been repping that show for a couple years
dude,
now.
This year, the last episode, oh my God. I mean, it's just like, what? The last episode was like, I was like, oh, but no one, like, I think Charlie, you watch it. Maybe.
Yeah.
But it was like no one I could talk to. I was like, oh my God, but like no one understands.
Give a little history to some of these shows.
I understood, except for the fact I was like an episode or two behind when you were dying to talk about.
Yeah, it's Person of Interest is so phenomenal. Person of Interest has been a complete sleeper hit. I mean, it started basically. It's the guy from Lost. What's his name?
Michael Emerson.
Yeah, Michael Emerson. He builds this machine that watches everybody. Basically, a giant Big Brother, right? But he kind of taught it. So it's so hard to explain. It's like a machine that watches the people of Earth and tries to warn you before they do something bad, right?
Okay.
And he sold it to the government for $1, but he had like a back way in to solve like the smaller things.
So he built a machine that the FBI could use to basically identify terrorist action before it happened.
Yeah.
But he built it so well that he realized that it was throwing out numbers that it considered irrelevant of people who were in danger.
Okay.
So he built a backdoor that would feed him the numbers of people who were either the perpetrator or the victim.
So he doesn't know.
Who were basically going to die the next day based on what's going on. So part of the show is this person the perpetrator or the victim, and then sort of uncovering that to stop somebody from dying.
And that's basically the first season. I mean, they kind of set it up, and you kind of watch it, on network TV, I kind of get it. It's fun, episodic seasons. But slowly, I mean, I don't even know where to put it. Slowly, they got this giant, like, backstory that's, like, so awesome. It's kind of like 100 Bullet style. Like, you read it story by story, but little by little, you get little pieces together, and you go like, oh my, when it hits you, you go, what? Amy Acker from Angel is on it. She's probably got one of the best characters that she ever played, I think, on this show. There's like, hey, I don't want to say anything because it will give so much away from the show, too.
So the way I sort of do the pitch for this show when I've described it to people is it's like this generation's like Knight Rider and A-Team.
Yeah,
all those where
it basically is. And then Perfect explains why I like the show so much.
I was going to say, you just mentioned Toby's two other favorite TV shows.
Yeah.
So.
But no, I mean, the Michael Emerson dude basically recruited, Jesus to go be his Batman and goes and, solves all these problems for him. And later on, they recruit more people. There's a cop involved. The characters are just so good. They have a dog that's like so part of the cast that goes on like missions with them. Like there's like one where they had to go into like a vet's office and the dog would pretend he's sick and they like just like be an agent too. It's just so cool. But this last episode, man, I mean, there's this conversation between Amy Acker and this other character. I don't want to say who it is yet. It is so good. I'm like... And it took like 3 or 4. What season is it on? 4? Season 4?
4.
And it's like such a slow builder that it blew my mind of how good this is. My other 2 shows, no secret here, is Orphan Black and Korra, which just finished. Which didn't finish on air, it finished on the internet. Yeah. So
I still need to go and finish the last few of those.
I talked plenty Orphan Black here before, so you guys know how much I love that show and how much I love Korra. So that's my other 2. There we go.
All right.
So my list is pretty much Gotham, Flash, and Arrow are like the ones I enjoy the most.
No particular order.
No particular order. And I've explained this a little bit at length, but the main reason why Walking Dead and Constantine and such don't make my top 3 just has to do with the fact that I love capes and tights and all that kind of stuff. Like, I enjoy watching those shows, but I get so much more enjoyment out of your typical sort of Batman, Green Arrow, Flash than I will ever get out of a supernatural or zombie show. Just personal preference kind of thing there. In terms of honorable mention, I will definitely say Person of Interest is definitely up there. I really like The Blacklist. James Spader.
I really loved the first season. About halfway through the first season, and I started losing interest. I feel like it would have been better cable show. I think that is a network show kind of hurt that show, but I really did like the beginning of The Blacklist a lot.
I enjoyed Broadchurch quite a bit this year.
The American one?
I don't even know what that is.
BBC one.
Oh, is there a new season for it?
Season 2 will be starting in March.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Broadchurch was good. That's basically Broadchurch is the BBC version starring David Tennant.
But the American one starring David Tennant too.
Exactly. Then they picked up Grace Point here in America, which is Broadchurch again, but in America, still starring David Tennant.
Right.
But everybody else
now he's
refilmed?
back doing season 2 of Broadchurch.
But Selfie, not on your list, not on your top list.
No, no, not at all.
Wait, that show got picked up and continued?
No, I think it
as far
got
as I know, it
axed.
got canceled.
Grace Point got canceled too, I heard.
Yeah, Grace Point wasn't picked up, but it wasn't as good as Broadchurch anyways.
Wow. So I should just watch the British one.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's always a pretty safe assumption.
Yeah.
Sherlock feels weird to mention because it was back in January.
Yeah.
And
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. I forgot
Well, that's why
about that.
I felt weird about mentioning House of Cards because it was like it was so long ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no, there's been a lot of good television, and more of it is creeping into more and more of my time. So, yeah.
All right, there you go. For me, I've got to give Flash the number one spot. I love Flash so much. It has just blown me away. Way better than I was expecting. I love Arrow, and Arrow should be on this list as well, but I'm going to kind of try to mix it up a little bit here. I love Flash. It hit just all the right notes, and I mean, we've all mentioned Flash. I think we've all had Flash on our list, and there's no secret that this is. I mean, it's kicking ass ratings wise. I mean, it seems like the style people totally like. Yeah, this no question here why Flash is on this list. Walking Dead, I'll give that to the number 2 spot. Every season of Walking Dead, I think, has been better than the previous, and this is no exception. This season of Walking Dead, we had like the back half of last season and the first half of this season this year. Oh, Jesus, the first half of this season from episode 1 has just been insane. I mean, there are down points, but yeah, Carol, if anyone thought that she was going to be like the breakaway character from especially this season, this season has been just insane.
Well, I like how the show is. I like how the show focuses on more than one character. It's like it gives us time to see other characters as they're going along.
Yeah, and they did actually confirm some info on the spin-off show that's going to take place in California, Los Angeles, like as the during
like a prequel,
the,
yeah.
Well, yeah, like when it starts, like the start of which I think is cool, which is that's different, right? I think that you don't have to
Not
show
only
the
that,
origin.
Wouldn't it be cool when they have a character that's actually going to show up on The Walking Dead?
Daryl comes into town and something as it's all falling apart.
Yeah. Or both you have a character that's older and more beaten up, and that shows up on the actual Walking Dead show.
Well, it's funny because although it technically is based on a series of novels, but it's also a comic series. The Strain was this past year.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think it's going to get on anyone's top list. But I did like the fact that it's not post-apocalyptic; it's apocalyptic. You're seeing the start of the whole, downfall of the civilization. We were talking about Planet of the Apes earlier, the new ones.
Oh yeah.
Well, in the first one, when they came out of the new series, it was like it's just the very beginning of it. But then when you get to the second one, it's already over, right? Like we miss.
Oh really?
Yeah, you don't see the apocalypse happen, right? I mean, they're not totally destroyed, but
10 years later, or something like that. 12 years later,
and a lot of
James
shit's
Franco
already
dead.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Well,
I don't think they say he's dead.
I don't
he's
think
just
they
not in the
ever
movie.
establish whether or not he
so he could be back in the next
survived or
one.
not.
Sure. But I like this showing the apocalypse, and a TV show is a great way to do that because you can see it.
Well, that was part of the reason that I got into Walking Dead was I read World War Z.
Yeah.
Which was Max Brooks's version of people telling, it was interviews of people telling their stories as stuff was going on. So the book was separated into just before the outbreak, and then while everything is going on, and then kind of had the aftermath stuff. And I enjoyed that a lot, is because we got a good chunk of material there. So
I do have a suggestion for the stuff like the apocalypse happening.
Yeah,
Jericho it's older now.
Right,
they went only
right.
2 seasons. That was a phenomenal show. I thought
Didn't they get like a Netflix
maybe
or
I don't
another
know.
season
on and off
somewhere?
maybe?
Well,
It hasn't happened yet though.
No, they got rescued, but then recanceled.
Oh, did it?
It was,
okay.
than they did the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was well, I don't know, but Jericho's a really good kind of show that was like the atomic bombs are happening and
Right.
all the societies, like governments are falling and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So it's really cool show.
I'm very excited for the Walking Dead spin-off show because it's not just the same thing, right? It's something very different. And number 3 is Constantine. I loved Constantine. It's still in the air. I love Constantine.
I still have to give it another shot. But
It's great.
I don't know. It's kind of weird because you say it's so accurate. I don't see it that way, man. To me, like
He's dead on.
Oh,
I don't know,
he's
man.
dead
The way
on.
I read him, that's not him to me, man.
I mean, they maybe
I want him more to be an asshole.
keep watching.
Yeah.
Really, I really want him to be more. He seems kind of dopey in those first couple episodes. And I don't like it.
think as it goes on, I don't want to say he's not an.
I want to see a
An
cold-hearted asshole.
But Constantine's never been.
Yeah, but that was like you don't find out till later. Like almost like he walks away and all this good shit happens. And you didn't even know he did it. That's Constantine to me.
Yeah, I mean, he is an asshole, but he gets the job done at the end of the day. And a lot of people.
No, I see that.
People always die. As the show goes on, I think he gets his take from the character is stronger to the comic version. And especially with the mid-season, well, it was not a mid-season, but it was like a two-parter that they split in half. It was a good, cool ending, and I really like what they did with this last episode. So,
All right. Well, I will give it another shot, but
Yeah, I'm a couple episodes behind on it, but Constantine
comes
is
back,
definitely-
I think, in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Did you
they,
guys
they
saw
haven't quite gone as harsh with some of the stuff as they did in the comic books, but no, they're getting there. They're getting to the
okay. See, maybe I just want to see it right away.
and the stuff that they the mystic stuff that they've dropped in it for the other DC universe, I've loved.
well, yeah,
from what I've seen.
they've thrown in a few other characters and lots of little Easter eggs.
No,
for
but I want
fans.
Constantine. I want to watch Constantine for Constantine. So
I think-
right now I'm like,
Well, I like.
I just want them to be better.
I like that he smokes.
Yeah.
And it's not like the excessive smoking. It's like it's just he's cleaning something and he's smoking. Yes, thank you.
People, if you are under the impression that first of all, if him not smoking ruins the show for you, I'm sorry, that's a pathetic excuse. But if you don't think he smokes, he absolutely smokes in nearly every episode. It may not be him puffing away for 55
He's
minutes,
not chaining it like he does in
but
the comic books.
he smokes in, I would say, at least one scene in everything. It's just not a focus to it, and it shouldn't be a focus.
Did you guys see the short film the one dude put on YouTube?
I don't
made
watch
himself?
fan films.
That one's not bad though.
I don't watch
actually
fan
at first I
films.
thought it was kind of cheesy, but the end kind of wrapped everything up the way I see Constantine as. So I thought they actually did a good job.
Yeah. For some honorable mentions, Hannibal, one of my favorite shows. Hannibal's been so good. The second season was really strong. I'm not finished season 2 yet. I think I have one episode left, but I've watched all of Orange is the New Black season 1 and 2 this year. And one of the Netflix shows. That's a fun show. I mean, not fun, but I enjoy that show way more than I thought
Some
I
of that
would.
could be fun.
Way more than I thought I would. That's been good. What else have I been watching? God, I had a couple others, but I'm totally blanking. Fargo. Absolutely one of my favorite shows from this last year.
I should have mentioned that one. That
Fargo.
was great.
I'm surprised you didn't mention Doctor Who, Charlie.
I figure everybody knows how
it's
I
just a
feel
given.
about
It's
Doctor
just like
Who
a
at
given.
this point.
Yeah.
It's just a given.
With Fargo, again, I knew it was going to happen. I was like, okay, well, there's some cool people involved in this, but I think Martin Freeman doing attempting to do that accent. But I was like, okay, well, I heard good things about it after it was on. I saw it a little bit after I think the finale aired, and we went through all the episodes. But I was like, okay, well, maybe this would be all right. And man, I went in way underestimated what that show is. That show is great.
Yeah, and the way they kind of tied it back into the movie without actually like calling it a sequel or anything.
Right. They kind of. I haven't seen the movie in so long, so I don't remember all the specifics. But they sort of.
Well, Dave and I sat down and watched the movie like right before starting the series, and like we didn't start till it was like halfway over, and then caught up and finished it as it aired the finale. And the fact that it is actually a sequel, but they didn't try to sell it as one and such, and how they used a small sort of unresolved thing from the movie as sort of a catalyst within this was very, very impressive, and I'm very happy that it got like renewed for a second season.
Yeah. And I mean, the problem is until Game of Thrones is off the air, the best show every year is Game of Thrones. So Game of Thrones is the best show. You can't. It's
until Evil Dead starts.
Well, yeah, we'll see. But I mean, Game of Thrones is just, again, that's like Charlie mentioning Doctor Who. Game of Thrones is just automatically assumed at this point. So that's some good TV shows. I actually threw out a thing on Twitter here at the very last minute and said, "Hey, if you guys got top 3 lists, send them over."
Charlie, did you check out The Librarians?
Not yet. I've been told I need to, but I have
just
not
because
yet.
Your man is playing Santa Claus.
I know.
I think that alone would make you watch it.
That alone will get me to watch that episode.
Yeah.
But I am uber excited for the Evil Dead TV show.
Nice.
That can't start soon enough for me.
Armando, one of our followers on Twitter, did shoot me out real quick here. His top 3 comic TV shows, which are number 1 Arrow, number 2 Flash, and number 3 Constantine. He says, my top 3 movies are all DC, my top 3 movies are all Marvel. So that seems to be probably what a lot of people are gonna.
We didn't mention Psych under honorable mention.
Oh, yes. That was this year, the last season. Yeah. Good last season. Let me rephrase that.
Come on, it had a Bruce Campbell episode. It was
great
awesome.
last episode. The season,
the musical started.
The musical was pretty good. The season I felt was a little. How do I say this? It felt different. That's not bad. It was just different. But then it ended on just like a classic episode. So Psych was great. Yeah, and Psych's one of my favorite shows of all time. I love that show so much. Ah, man, I forgot that was this year. Oh, that feels so long ago.
I think I got through 3 seasons. I started falling asleep as I was watching them because they were so formulaic.
Because it needed more Bruce Campbell. I completely agree.
Yes, it does.
Psych is so good.
Needed more Evil Dead sequences, right?
I was at a very big kind of Costco-y type store down in the middle of nowhere when I was on vacation around Christmas, and there was a row of Snyder's of Hanover pretzels, like a row of them. So of course I had to tweet the site, Twitter page. It'd be like, all right, look, Snyder's of Hanover. There you go. It's a joke. Watch more of the show. I've heard it both ways. All right, so what are your guys' top 3 movies? I guess I could start and we'll go backwards, so that works. For comic movies, again, we have a whole bunch. I think, Toby, you had a list earlier because there was a few I've forgotten. But, everyone's got their list ready. I'm going to go see. There's a couple I haven't seen yet. I haven't seen Big Hero 6. I need to see that, and I'm sure that would be on my list. I need to see Snowpiercer, and that would probably be on my list too. Like I'd probably, because I've heard so good things about those two, but I just haven't got to the theater. And it's Snowpiercer, I just haven't rented it yet.
I know, but our buddy Milton from the shop, he didn't like it.
Really, Snowpiercer?
Yeah, he bought it, and then he called me. He goes, "Oh man, I shouldn't have bought it." and of course, as a nice friend as I am, I'm like, "Well, since you already bought it, let me borrow it."
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll put Days of Future Past as my number 3, even though I'm like kind of half and half on it. I really like parts of it, and there are parts I didn't quite like so much. I have a feeling that in the next couple of years, we're not going to need to have not so great movies on a top 3 list because there's going to be so many of them. But I like Days of Future Past. I didn't hate it. I did like it. I didn't like it as much as some of the others too. Number 2 should have been my number 1 movie because
RoboCop?
No, God no. Number 2 should have been my number 1 because whoever thought they'd make a better movie than Winter Soldier?
Ninja Turtles?
Until Avengers came out. I loved Winter Soldier, and when I saw that, I was like, man, this may rival Avengers as the best movie Marvel's made. I was, we gushed about it when it came out. Everyone was like, this is the best. This is up there. This is one of the best. And I have a feeling we're all going to have one movie on our top number 1 list here, because how can you not have Guardians as number 1? There's no question. Guardians is the best movie of the year. I mean, I don't even have to hear your lists. Guardians is the best comic movie of the year, hands down. There's no other list. I mean, it was so good. Guardians blew everyone's expectations out of the water. There's no one that thought it was going to be this good. No one. Not even Marvel thought it was going to do what they did. This really...
You can tell from the lack of merchandising until, just before Christmas.
Well, they had a lot of merchandising out when it came out, but that's how movie stuff comes. I think
do you have numbers? Any numbers? Any final numbers?
U.S. Guardians was the number 1 movie of the year. in international, if you count international stuff, is Transformers, but Guardians is the number one U.S. movie of the year. Absolutely. I think it was 770 something million worldwide. Guardians. There's nothing else to say. Honorable mentions. I love the new Godzilla movie. I know some people wish for more Godzilla in the Godzilla movie, but I love that mix of human and Godzilla. I don't need Godzilla for 90 minutes. I like it, the slow build of the monsters. I really thought that was fun. What else did I see this year? We were talking about the new Planet of the Apes. Planet of the Apes is really good. Oh, I did not get to that many movies this year.
Yeah, neither did I.
I mean, I usually see more summer stuff, and I saw a lot of big ones, but I really, the post-summer blockbuster has been, I mean, I haven't seen a movie. The only movie I've seen since Guardians was Dumb and Dumber 2. And that's it.
Was that an honorable mention?
It was funny. It was funnier than I thought it was going to be, I'll tell you that. It did not embarrass itself. It didn't need to be made, but it didn't embarrass itself. But you figure how, this is going to be some terrible cash in, right? But no, it was actually pretty funny. But yeah, I thought that, it's Guardians. Of course it's Guardians. What else is it going to be?
Charlie.
Hit me, Charlie.
So Guardians is 1.
Yeah, there you go.
Winter Soldier is 2. Number 3 is actually a toss-up between Days of Future Past and Big Hero 6.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, I definitely really, really like Big Hero 6.
I have to see it. I'm kicking myself that I haven't seen it. Maybe I'll go see it like this, like next week or something. Because they're still in the theaters.
Yeah. Honorable mention-wise, I completely concur with Godzilla, but I'm like racking my brain like, what did I really like this year? And
yeah, it's...
About
I
Time
think,
was pretty good. I think that was this year.
I think Guardians, I mean, for us, Guardians and Cap just stole the summer.
Well, it's...
And they were on the opposite ends of the summer,
when we start with the movie list of what came out this year, it's always like, what did Warner Brothers put out? What did Disney put out?
What was About Time?
And what did everybody else? That was the weird romantic comedy where like the guy could travel in time.
Oh, I saw that one. That wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It was from the Love Actually people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. It was fun.
Oh,
I bought it for my wife.
I do have to throw out Maleficent. I like that movie way more than I thought I would.
It was
That
entertaining.
was good.
Toby.
I think Charlie, is that it?
Yeah, I'm having fun just sitting here going, I know more movies than that came out, but I can't think of any.
Yeah. Well, I think as we go on, these big movies are just going to become so much of our lives because of the comic store and everything like that, and our fandom. So there's always so many other things being made, but I just get overwhelmed with the big movies, and I can't go to the movie every weekend or something. So I'm going to see the big ones, and other ones I'll see later. There's documentaries and small biopics, and there's comedies. I just don't get to see most of them in the theater. That's always going to be my problem.
When trying to figure out what came out this year that I wanted to mention, I was kind of going through my brain going, what did I buy on Black Friday, and what did I buy like over the past year that I felt like I needed to own for one reason or another?
Transformers 4.
Well,
I own it, but I still have not watched it.
That's a definite Black Friday buy just because I didn't want to pay more for it.
It was great in all the stupid ways that it was great.
Shit, that's what it was. It's going to Star Trek level where it's like every other one is really good. So the next one is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Toby, again, you're a big movie guy. You see a lot of movies.
It's weird. Like Charlie said, I don't think I watched that many movies this year. I'm like wrapping my brain around, and I don't know what I've actually watched.
Well, what else? There was a couple others. I forgot Sin City and 300 came out this year.
Sin City, haven't seen yet, which is a shame because I love the Sin City books.
I heard it's awful.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to see it, but I haven't seen it yet. 300 I haven't seen yet. Ninja Turtles, I hate it, as you guys know.
Yeah.
Hercules, haven't seen yet. What else was there?
I'm talking like that. Yeah, a lot of the other
Amazing
comic
Spider-Man 2. Half of it I liked it, half of it completely hated it. Right?
I wanted to see Theory of Everything.
I don't even know what that is.
The Stephen Hawking
movie.
Yeah. Well, these are just a list of comic book movies. So, number 1, number 2, for me, it depends on what mood I am. I usually put Winter Soldier as number 1. Just I kind of like the spice. The darker stuff I usually like more. But Guardians, so deep, so good. It really depends on my mood. So that's number 1 and 2. Is those two movies. Number 3, I really don't know what to put there. I really enjoyed Big Hero 6. I don't know. I want to give it to that spot. Days of Future Past, I enjoyed, but I don't know if I want to give number 3 to that either. So I don't know. I don't know if I have a number 3.
Did you see Snowpiercer yet?
No, I haven't seen that yet. So I mean, I'm actually really curious about that movie. Honorable mentions. I don't know what else I've watched this year. I really don't. I have a ton of movies I want to see.
Yeah.
I picked up Godzilla. I haven't seen it yet. I've got like a pile. I mean, every Black Friday, I just buy a ton of movies that I really have interest in watching. And between the day job and the freelance work this year, I haven't seen anything. I mean, I've done really good on TV. And I kept up with the Warriors, so maybe that just took away from movie time. So, and to answer your question, besides not sleeping, I actually watch a lot of shows while I'm eating.
Okay.
So I'm alone at home. I have there's no other people in my life. So when I eat, while I cook, the TV show starts. I finish cooking, I eat, and by the time I'm all done, the TV show's over. And then
I can't do that.
Really?
I have to sit down and watch a show. I can't multitask and watch TV shows.
No, I pay attention. I mean, so the cooking takes longer because I only cook between commercials. But that's
stop boiling water. I'll be right back.
Yeah. No, sometimes I do let it cool down and go back on. But
I actually overboiled and was sitting down watching a TV show going, what the oh shit!
Well, for me, everything is in the same room. I mean, I have one of those open kitchen things, so it's all in the same room. But yeah, I can't eat and not watch TV because I feel like I'm wasting time if I'm not doing that. Yeah.
Well, I always watch TV and eat, but like cooking or like doing stuff on the computer or like reading and watching TV.
I can't do that.
I know people that do that. I just can't. I don't have the attention
the reading
for
is
it.
harder. The reading I do on the shitter usually, just so you guys know. I want to put that out there.
I read on the shitter.
Yeah,
No shame.
all the time.
Don't return those comics.
No, it's some and reading. And usually it's digital reading. It's not even comic. I don't want to read comics are holy to me, so I don't want to read on the shitter. It's usually reading stuff on the phone, so it's like digital books I read on the shitter. But there's a ton of movies I want to see. I just haven't got. I mean, the Dawn of the Apes I really want to see. There's so many movies I bought. I want to see the sequel to Cat's Run because Cat Run #1 was hilarious for me. It's like a total sleeper movie for me that I enjoyed that came out of the blue. It's just so many. I mean, just so many. I want to see. There's movies in the theaters right now. I want to see. I want to see The Gambler. I want to see The Equalizer and all that stuff. I did enjoy some of the teeny popper movies, though. I enjoyed the Divergence. I don't think it's good, but I enjoyed the score. The score is amazing. The music is fantastic in that movie. Yeah, I mean, I'll watch that movie again just for the score alone. I don't really care much for the movie, to be honest with you. I enjoyed the second Hunger Games movie. That was cool, even though it ended on a complete cliffhanger. That pissed me off a little bit because I'm in the movie theaters. I didn't know what was coming because I don't read the fucking books. So I'm there in the movie theater, and then it just ends on a cliffhanger. I'm like, what? This is not TV, man. You can't, it's not like I'm coming back next week.
Was it Catching Fire? Or was it
the second one? I haven't seen the new one yet.
Yeah, okay. So
I haven't seen the new one yet. So
did you see the new Lord of the Rings?
No, I'm behind on all that. Yeah,
Aren't we counting last year's is for 2014?
The first one put me to sleep so much that I haven't got around to see the Lord of the Flies. I mean, the Hobbits, the second Hobbits. Man, you put me off track now. I was on a roll there, man. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, maybe I'll stop here. I'm sorry. Damn it, Ryan, you did that on purpose. I was on a roll, man. I had it all in my head, and then you had to mention the Lord of the Rings, which is the Hobbits.
Yeah. Hobbits is.
I have to add the Lego movie to honorable mention.
Oh, yeah.
Lego movie was fun. I did watch that. That was fun.
You can call it a comic
Interstellar
movie.
was fun. I enjoyed Interstellor.
I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, I enjoyed that quite a bit. Although halfway through the movie, I figured it all out. I was like, they're doing this. And then I got really excited. They actually did do it.
I will, real quick shout out for How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Oh, it's on my pile. I love the first one.
I have it on my pile.
It's good. I don't, maybe not as good as the first one, but it's good.
Really?
DreamWorks movies are generally fucking trash. I have
but
no
How
interest.
to Train Your Dragon was awesome.
But
man.
those are something special. They need to get whoever makes those. They need
Chris
to make
Sanders, man.
They need to make the rest of their
the
movies.
Lilo and Stitch guy.
There you go.
It's my man. He did the Croods also. I don't know if you like that one.
See, people keep telling me that's really good, but it looks terrible.
I enjoyed it. I don't recommend it. I enjoyed it.
People tell me it's good.
No, I don't recommend it.
Okay.
I like it for what it is, but I don't recommend it.
Okay.
I have one more honorable mention.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
up?
The Monty Python Live, mostly 1 down, 5 to go.
Do you count that?
Yes, I count
If it's
that.
in the theater, I'll
It
allow
was in the theater, so I count it.
Yeah, first track's Godzilla. They reissued Ghostbusters in the theaters. Can I put that on
I
my
watched
list?
that. That was awesome. No one wanted to go watch it with me, and I had to force a friend to go watch it with me because I don't want to go by myself. I was kind of scared to watch it by myself. Need to have someone hold my hand. But yeah, that was cool.
I do want to throw this list out here because this is from Medicine on Twitter, and I like his list because it's top three comic movies. One is Edge of Tomorrow, also known as
the video game movie.
All You Need Is Kill.
No,
Right,
it's the Tom Cruise movie.
yeah.
the video game movie.
Well, it's based on a light novel, a Japanese
Is it
light
really?
novel. Yeah, called All You Need Is Kill. 2, Attack on Titan. Is that out?
Yes.
The movie?
Wait, there's a movie?
There's a live action movie.
Oh, I didn't
Unless
know
there
that.
was an animated
it's not
movie.
out
Yeah. You're
this,
lying. You're lying to me here. And 3 was Snowpiercer. So there's your
interesting.
non-white people comic.
Is Attack on Titan really that good?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's really
everybody
good.
Loves it. It seems like.
Yeah, it's really good.
So next time there's
I'm
a
still-
sale, then
I'm
I
still-
should just blind buy it.
I'm still going through the show, but I like it.
Or just watch it on Netflix. Or
It's on Netflix,
is it on
and
Netflix?
Crunchyroll and everything.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay. Didn't know.
All right, moving on to Lane.
Yep. Lane, what's your top 3?
It'll be the same list. Pretty much. It's Charlie's list, basically. Just Guardians, Winter Soldier, and Big Hero 6. And yeah, he already stole my my honorable mention was going to be Lego Movie or Snowpiercer.
Dang.
You watched Snowpiercer?
Yeah.
You enjoyed it?
I enjoyed it. A little bit. I have a question on the end, but otherwise it was fun.
I've heard
It
that.
does have Captain America in it, so that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, you can stretch and say it's actually Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
you could.
Cool.
He's running around in the snow, on the trains in the snow most of the time.
Yeah.
Nothing else?
Nothing else comes to mind anyway. I didn't really watch a whole lot of movies in theaters this year.
That is
Yeah.
weird. I
I
usually
mean,
watch
most
a
of it
ton.
was comic related anyway.
Yeah. Well, I think that, like I said, I think the big movies are just so big.
I think this
that they
next
kind
year
of.
we're going to have a really fun list.
Yeah.
We have to do a top 3 where you actually have to leave good movies off. That will be more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless you want to do top 3 worst movies this
What
year.
comic movies are coming out next year? Avengers, Ant-Man?
Avengers,
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Isn't the Justice League coming
No,
next year?
it's
No.
2016.
Is it the year after? That's crazy.
Yeah.
nuts?
Don't we get Star Wars?
That's not a comic movie, but sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, next year's kind of light for light, quote unquote, for comic movies.
Light until the flood.
Yeah, and then 2016, fucking floodgates open. So it's gonna be like 5 or 6 for Marvel DC alone, plus X-Men movies and Fantastic Four. Wait, Fantastic Four next year?
Is that really
I
happening?
think so.
Okay, maybe that's.
I just still think that's a bad joke that someone is putting out.
So
there.
it went from me having a mild interest in it to having absolutely no interest to me now being so interested in seeing the train wreck that it's going to be. Like, I kind of want to see it now and see just how bad it is.
You want to rubberneck the movie?
Because I've seen Jonah Hex in the theater.
Did you?
I saw
That's on my
Ghost
stack,
Rider.
Well, you do like making fucks.
Spirits of Vengeance. I saw those. I want to see if it's
He
as bad
just
as
ignored that
those.
comment completely and moved on.
She's terrible.
Uh-huh.
So and she's in like
Jonah Hex
3.
in the theater.
She's in like 3 minutes of that movie.
Oh, that means I'll never see it.
Yeah.
Oh, what about, forgot just something that came to
Ghost
mind.
Rider was this year?
Movies
No,
that never went
that's
theatrical
what it
this
is,
year.
Like what? It's not like,
Batman, Assault and Arkham.
yeah. It's like on the animated
Assault
ones.
on Arkham was fun. It feels
I
like
really
it feels
enjoyed
like an anime, but yeah, that was
Well,
really cool.
it's basically Suicide Squad.
Yeah, it's Suicide Squad movie.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Brock, what's your list?
Guardians, Winter Soldier, X-Men.
All right.
I
Thanks.
didn't, I didn't see Big Hero 6 because, I mean, it's difficult to get to the theaters with the kids.
Sure.
When they're older, if my kids were older, I probably would have had it, and
Yeah,
it might have
yeah.
been on my list.
Did you see anything at home or see anything?
I saw Maleficent. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, see, that's on my list.
I
haven't
saw
seen
About
it.
Time. I enjoyed that one.
I bought that too.
What else? I want to see Dumb and Number 2 just to
I'll
see how
never
dumb
buy
and dumb it is. I did watch Snowpiercer. And you're going to yell at me, but I started watching it on Netflix on my phone outside while I was having a cigarette at my house, and I was like, man, this is interesting enough that I transferred to the tablet inside because somebody else was watching something on TV, and this was the best option I had.
as long as
for...
the tablet's like right to your face.
Oh yeah, like I had
I'll allow it.
I had earphones in, and like it was like literally to my face. I wasn't watching it. But Snowpiercer, I enjoyed it. I mean, there's some things about it that I'm like, what? Why? Like,
How many times did you pause it for a second, go play Hearthstone, come back?
I didn't pause to play Hearthstone. I paused it to get up and go to the bathroom or go get something to eat. Because, like I said, I can't do it. right? I can't hold the tablet and pour myself a glass to drink. Like, it's put it down and.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, was Planes, Fire, and Rescue this
That was this year.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. It was okay. For a sequel to
I haven't seen it.
a Disney movie.
I own it.
Is that a sequel?
Yeah.
Isn't it something that they were developing because they lost Pixar and they were going to fight Pixar with it? Then they bought Pixar and then they were just going to make it a sequel?
It's pretty much just...
I could be talking out of my ass
It's
right
pretty-
now.
I think you're talking out of your ass.
Okay.
It's pretty much just a sequel
That's just a fun
to
Omar story,
Planes.
maybe.
Yeah, it's just they're like, well, we're not going to make it. Well, we made these Cars movies, so let's make a Planes movie now.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Trains, you know. But no, I mean, I didn't really get to the theaters. I mean, I would consider the Desolation of Smog something that I watched this year, because I think I watched it so late in
was
December
the
that it was
tail
like,
end of last year. Yeah,
you know. But I haven't gotten a chance to go see the new one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I haven't really been able to get to theaters or watch anything at home, so I'm surprised I've been able to keep up with as much TV I've been watching.
It's TV is sort of taken over, I think, everyone's lives. Armando on Twitter, his top 3 movies: Captain America, Winter Soldier, 2 Guardians, and 3 X-Men: Days of Future Past. So flipping that Winter Soldier, and I'll totally allow Winter Soldier being number 1, because that was number 1 till June or till July.
August first.
It really depends on my mood. I mean,
Yeah.
I still say, you know, my top 3 Marvel Studios movies are, you know, Winter Soldier 1, Guardian number 2, and Iron Man number 3.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just those 3 are I think at the top. Of
Yeah, he said
what the,
Iron Man is number 3, not Iron Man 3.
Yes.
Just clarifying.
CrossX Hunter on Twitter. He says honorable mention for TV shows is just like Toby says, Legend of Korra, a show that by all rights had no reason to be as good as it was. I know he's a big fan of that.
And
so.
technically, it was season 3 and 4 this year.
there's 2 seasons worth this year.
Yeah.
It's just a shame what Nickelodeon did with them. I mean, to put them off air and then put them online only.
Yeah.
Made it so much harder to watch. You know, I mean, for me it was easy because, you know, luckily the Nickelodeon apps let you AirPlay it to the TV, so that was cool. But, you know, for a lot of other people, like my buddy is like, wait, what happened to the show? He didn't, like, no idea, right? I had to explain it all to him.
Oh, that it was online.
Yeah, I mean, they went just digital only. I mean, sure, it's free, but it's still, I mean, it makes it a little harder.
The only thing that really threw me with the going digital only is I'm surprised they didn't include, like, on demand with that kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, they probably should have done on demand.
yeah.
Because I mean, I know for me, I catch up either streaming through, like, at least with TV, through the website, their, you know, specific website for that TV station, or I do it on demand. So
Yeah.
I have to mention the Warriors. They've been phenomenal this year, you know, since we're talking about TV shows and TV. You know, they're the best team in the NBA right now. You know, can't go wrong with that. That's, you know how rare it is to say that about the Warriors? Usually they're like one of the crappiest teams. So they've been doing real good. Even though the last couple of
they're
games
doing
they did.
better than the Niners and the Raiders.
Hey, dude, the Niners were good yesterday. I went to that game. That was fun. That was my first football game ever, and they won.
Yeah.
It was an exciting game.
Mike on Twitter, his top 3 movies: Days of Future Past, number 1, 2 Guardians, and 3. He asks if Birdman counts, or is that a fake comic movie? I'll totally allow Birdman. That's fine.
Allow
Is that
Birdman.
the Michael Keaton one?
Yeah, I still need to
I
see
need to see
that.
that.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I'll allow it just on the fact that
Yeah,
it's...
that's Birdman.
It's Michael Keaton.
And Joshua on Twitter, his top 3 comic shows: Arrow, Flash, and Constantine. 1, 2, 3. Again, I love Arrow, man. Arrow's so good. It's like it's on my list every other year. I just had to give the Flash and Constantine this year because they're new. I especially Constantine. Watch that shit live. Watch a 3-day. Watch that shit early. Those it's moving. I don't know if you guys heard Constantine's moving to 8 o'clock.
Yeah, to 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
that
that
is
weirded
so
me out.
weird.
That's a good time. That's a much better time
that's
slot.
a good time
It's a
slot,
good time slot.
but it's weird to have that show on so early.
Well, they
And they
could,
said-
they could be prepping it for Constantine followed by Hannibal.
Well, the producers on Twitter said that they're not being asked to adjust the level of gore or violence in the TV show.
It hasn't been that.
It's not
bad.
Okay, so Hannibal.
I was about to say, if it's being prepped to like lead into Hannibal, I'm like, so yes, Hannibal will make it seem like it's completely
yeah,
and totally
Hannibal is
acceptable.
gory as hell. Constantine hasn't been super gory. Ryan Hess, last minute edition here. Number 1, Guardians. Number 2, Winter Soldier. Number 3, Batman Assault on Arkham. There you go. First TV shows, number 1, Flash. Number 2, Arrow. Number 3, Twin Peaks, thanks to me. I'll allow it. It just came out on Blu-ray. It shouldn't allow it, but I'll allow it. Sure.
It's a 2014 release. For the first time. I guess that would count.
That's okay. When they do the new season, it will be on Ryan's list next year. So.
It will be. It will be.
Aren't they're doing who's doing it?
Showtime?
I think it's Showtime.
I think it's Showtime.
Yeah. But we got to thank
Evil Dead, which is Stars.
Yeah, I think Evil Dead is Stars. Yeah. Before we get out of here, we got to thank a couple Patreon guys. This is our last Patreon thanks for December, guys. I completely missed, I think, last week's when we did it because we recorded other top 3. So double thanks to the aforementioned Ryan Hess and his region-free gaming podcast at rfgpodcast@wordpress.com.
Thank you so much, Ryan.
Albert Soy.
Yeah, Ryan's like, fuck those guys. They didn't mention us last week.
Mike Campbell, who we just read his top list here a few minutes ago on Twitter, and Niall Thomas. Thank you guys so much. And if you want to be thanked on this podcast and you have a little thing we can pimp for you, and you can donate for as little as $1 at patreon.com/comicconspiracy. Help, pay for the podcast, pay for the food to eat beforehand. When we eat food beforehand. Sorry, Toby.
What?
I said when we eat food beforehand. Sorry, Toby. Oh. Pay for the hosting and pay us for.
Since Ryan hasn't been feeding us.
And
give us a little bit of kickback for the hours of free entertainment.
The wonderful entertainment we provide to you.
And if you don't,
yeah.
and if you don't donate through Patreon, that's perfectly fine as well. We're not asking for money.
There's this great thing called a telephone that you can dial the number.
Oh, I have plenty of people who are like, I don't donate to you on Patreon because I spend hundreds of dollars at your store. I'm like, that's perfectly fine as well. That is perfectly fine as well.
Yeah. Or the digital.
Yes.
The Comics Conspiracy.
Yes. We'll have a big. There hasn't been no comic news or anything in the last couple of weeks, so it's been pretty quiet.
This week is nothing for books.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, next week we will have our Comic Conspiracy Book Club Pick of the Month, which is Toby's pick, which is Naruto volumes. Well, it's 1 through 3, but it's volume 1 of the big manga book. We'll also have I don't know how far I'm going to go down the list, but I will have on the site. And we can read a portion of it, our top 100 graphic novels and comic sales of 2014. So if you have some predictions,
do a review of that tomorrow or next week. Nice.
Not like a review, but I'll do an overview of at least the top 10. It doesn't always track variants and stuff, so some books may be kind of skewered differently, but just top selling for just straight.
You're just doing graphic novels or comics?
No, comics and graphic novels. Yeah, stuff like. Thor that had 40 covers, they all track as separate covers, so sorting those out is difficult. Mm-hmm. If I could find a way to add up by series title, maybe I would. Otherwise, we just do top selling of a cover. So, it's tough. It's kind of frustrating. I wish there was a better way to sort this. I don't really have a better one, but there you go.
This is me just wondering how many different ways you could output the list.
Well, Star Wars has...
If it says VAR in the name, do not include it.
The new Star Wars has 58... No, did it break 60? Did it break 60 covers? It's something stupid. It's a crazy amount of covers between all the different stories and everything.
Reach 100.
Derek, they're getting close. They're very close.
Is there an Alex Ross variant?
I think
there is,
but I don't think it's even necessarily like one of the bigger variant.
No, I don't think
numbers. I think that's one of the easier to get variants.
The high end variant,
Charlie.
I know
the high end variant. The high end variant outside the store covers and the con covers is the 1 of 500 joke without a sketch cover. I believe. I think it's 1 of 500.
Well, I'll take the Alex Ross.
We will not be getting that one. Well, that's it. Thank you guys for being on. We're last episode of 2014 and our nice little wrap-up here of all our movies and TV shows we love. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And if you have a list, we'll read more lists. You can send them in. Kill some time next week. And, send us your... Especially if you have...
It's probably going to be a lot of the same list.
It could be a lot of the same list, of course. But if you got something, some honorable mention, throw them our way. We'll read a few of them. The Comic Conspiracy at geekbox.net. Shoot us an email there.
And Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year as well. Don't forget to check out the geekbox.net where you can find all our previous episodes. Forums at geekbox.net and the Geekbox Facebook group is where you can go to talk to us about these wonderful things. Digital.comicsconspiracy.biz is our digital storefront. We've had every year is bigger than the past, digital comic-wise, and this year is no exception. Huge sales, so thank you to everyone that goes through there and picks up stuff.
I'm still curious. Are we one of the top stores?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I did my part. I bought some this year.
Yeah.
You can
I actually bought some this year.
Don't forget to subscribe to books. They show up automatically in your inventory. You don't have to go through and purchase them every month or every week or whatever you do. Subscribing is great. It lets them know that they're billing automatically. So,
And they're doing that like DC graphic novel sale on there right now.
if you jump on right now, there should be some sales. I think they're all through New Year's.
Yeah,
So you have a
it's-
couple days.
The graphic novel sale is like insane. There's a lot of really good,
How cheap?
Essential.
Sure.
They're
like
$5.
What?
$5 for like all of Hush, $5 for
I already
all
got
of
all
V for
Hush.
Vendetta.
Yeah, it's basically a lot
$5.
of single volume and volume ones. Lots of them.
Okay.
Really cheap. There was an Image coupon. It's not an automatic sale, but it was something you could put a coupon
but
on
it's
for half
still
off.
like
But I think you could still use that. I don't have the code here, but if you do a search for Comixology Image coupon, I'm sure you can find it. So go on
Give
there.
Charlie a second.
There's a ton of stuff on there. So thank you to everyone that goes through there. That's a great way to support the store. Patreon.com/Comic Conspiracy. We mentioned that earlier. Go on there, and again, if you don't buy digital comics, you can get some stuff in there. You can throw a few bucks our way, and we definitely appreciate everyone that gives even $1 on there. It's awesome. You guys all kick ass. Brock's got conspiratobrock.com.
I'm a little behind on my pull lists. I will do a ginormous 3-week pull list tomorrow, even though tomorrow or
nothing.
Wednesday there's nothing coming out.
I think Charlie's got
the
that.
code is image.
It's just. Are you sure that's
just
active now?
Wait, now, is it all caps or is there a capital
Well, what I'm
I?
looking at here is all caps.
Okay.
But
Okay,
yes.
try that. That should still be active. That doesn't sound. I didn't think that's what it was. I thought it was something else. But if you're saying that's the active one, then there you go. Holiday sale, codename Image at cart. There you go. IMAGE or code word. Omar, our dearly departed. Jesus.
Dang.
Our,
Jeez, he's
our-
gone. He's gone for like 2 weeks, and
He's
you're already like
departed.
He's fucking dead.
Well, if you're not in California, you might as well be dead. Departed from California. Omar, he's in Hawaii. He's got it better than us. You kidding me? Come on, son. Second psych drop of the night. Thank
say
you.
son?
Come on, son.
Yes,
Calls
he's
people
doing
son
this
randomly.
Comicsintokind.com. Go visit Omar. He's not dead. Go talk to Omar on the
He's just departed.
comicsintokind.com. The Infinite Longbox Podcast and the Wanderers in the Sixth Dimension.
God, you're adding another fucking dimension.
I meant Wanderers in the Fourth Dimension podcast. That is
I'm just going to have to start registering all these
Yeah, you're gonna have
domains
to-
just for.
that is Charlie's
just do Wanders in the Infinite Dimensions.
comic book podcast. Ooh, Wanderers
Oh,
in the
you
Infinite
just broke
Longbox.
his head.
Hey, you got to give me a little if you make money off of that.
And the Wanderers in the Fourth Dimension podcast, Charlie's Doctor Who podcast. Did you guys have a nice Christmas episode up yet? I don't know.
Oh, we recorded it.
It's gonna-
It's supposed to get up as soon as possible. Latest would be Thursday,
Okay.
but hopefully it will be before that.
Two.
But did you like it?
Of course, I liked it. Doctor Who.
That's not an answer. Did you like it, Ryan?
I liked it. I thought it was
Like,
the best.
you liked it like
I thought it was
that?
the best episode of the season.
I think it's the best episode of the season, but I don't like it. I liked.
That's like right. That's
I
like
liked 2 minutes of it. I tell you.
Ryan.
Spoilers. Hold on, spoilers right now. I liked when he comes back with the what's her name?
Dia.
No, what's her name? What's the lady's name? Jenna.
Are you talking about Clara?
Clara.
Clara?
Yeah, the old Clara. Spoilers.
Oh, okay.
I like that scene a lot.
Yeah.
Like the whole segment from that on and a little past it. I love that scene.
Okay. Yeah.
I
Little
just didn't
Inception
really
stuff.
care of how long they got to get there.
It's
Yeah.
Nick Frost. Man.
It is it is definitely the best episode of the season.
Yeah.
That is for sure.
Yeah.
Clear point fact.
I just still didn't.
I
work
just
for
still
you.
didn't do it.
All right.
Exactly. That's Ryan's exact description for Bitch Planet.
There you go. Ryan Higgins, Ryan. That's me. I'm on Twitter. Go talk to me on there.
Sorry,
Brock
Charlie.
is Brock Sager.
I still
Omar
love Tennant.
will still pimp you off for a while.
Matt Smith.
Comics into kind. Bryce, where are you, buddy? You never showed up today. You're Larson Bryce. Go talk to Bryce.
Yeah, if he's here next week, he's going to bring a huge, ginormous list with him.
Yeah. And tell him why, and ask him why he wasn't on tonight's episode. Toby's Toby XI. Charlie is Insanity and Chaos. Lane, you're not on Twitter. You don't care. Don't forget to listen to the Geekbox, the Comedy Button, Good Job Brain, and the All Talk podcast. I was on Actually, I'm on both the last 2 episodes of All Talk for their top comics. Sorry, hold on. Top games, and then top TV shows and movies. You will hear very similar lists as you heard tonight. Probably the exact. I'm assuming the exact same list.
Man, podcasts are going to be boring for a few weeks.
Well, no, because I think I put Fargo on my top 3. I think I put Arrow. No, I think I put Flash, Constantine, and Fargo. I think those are my top 3 shows because it wasn't like comic only.
More new.
I think I tried to kind of break it up a little bit.
You were doing the more newer stuff.
Yeah, I tried to break it up a little bit, and then plus Game of Thrones just for life. So yeah, there you go. So go listen to the last 2 episodes of All Talk Podcast. You can hear me rattle on for a few minutes, and a bunch of guys from the community jumped in with their top 3 lists. So,
and I don't know if I mentioned it, but I was on Heroes and Villains a few weeks ago.
Yep.
For the Booster Gold episode.
Yep. Talked about
I think it was episode 101.
Cool.
I was like, I don't know how I'm going to follow a big, ginormous 100th episode, but I tried. So
I'm sure you did fine.
It's a good episode. You should listen to it.
Cool.
Yeah. You, Charlie. Yeah. You're going to listen to it and then critique how bad I was. I know. It's okay.
No, I'm actually too busy going.
Charlie, turn your mic off.
No, I'm just too busy wondering what episode was the Penguin episode that I did not too long ago.
Oh.
Yeah, and you were on fairly recently too, so... All right, well, Charlie figures that out. We're going to stop recording. So thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you for listening all year. Another awesome year of this podcast. It's super exciting. We have no plans for 2015. We're just going to keep doing the same shit we do because...
We got to have plans for the big 200th episode coming up.
If it ain't broke... yeah, so
maybe
hopefully...
people can tweet us ideas for our big 200th episode.
Got a couple ideas. Hopefully you guys have fun and safe New Year's. Don't do anything stupid. Don't drink and drive. Don't party too hard. You got to get up the next day. So, yeah, have a good...
Do you really have to get up the next day?
Most people do. Have a good New Year, and we will catch everyone in 2015.